Hey, so this week we're in the story of Genesis 32, Jacob wrestling with God. I think in order to understand how this wrestle happened in the first place, we got to understand what happened beforehand. Because y'all know wrestling doesn't take place unless frustration has built up, right? Unless things have preceded this event, unless you're doing wrestling for entertainment, I guess. But normally, it gets to the point where somebody just tackles somebody. Jacob was called by God to go back to his homeland after over 20 years of being away. And Jacob is scared of this, but he's called by God. And so he picks up his whole family, everything he owns, all his animals, and he goes on this journey. But on the way, he starts to plan for himself and he sends everybody ahead of him. He tries to send all these gifts to his brother because he wants him to know that he's coming in peace. But even in the midst of this, he's crying out to God, the God who sent him on this journey to begin with. And he's saying, protect me, deliver me, oh God. And he's crying out to God. And I'm sure God was to the point where he's like, look, I called you to this place. Don't you know? I already went ahead of you. And the story actually tells us the angels met him there. So that's what I want to remind you of today before God has to tackle you with the truth. Do not be afraid or discouraged, for the Lord will personally go ahead of you. He will be with you. He will neither fail you nor abandon you.